Hi folks, welcome back to another virtual session. Today we're going to use a Theraband. If you don't have a Theraband, you could replicate it with a dressing gown cord, a scarf, potentially a towel, something that you can put your foot in. Doesn't need to give you resistance. Resistance is good if you've got a band, but something that could replicate your band. Old pair of tights, leggings, something like that. You're going to just cast your eye. If you do have a band, you're going to cast your eye down the edges of your band to make sure that there are no little tears in your band. If there is a tear in your band, you're going to get yourself a new one and put this one in the bin. I do sell them. If you need one, let me know and we can sort you one out. Otherwise, just have your band near you. We're going to use it as we go along. You don't need it first up. If you want to roll yourself out, finish that off, and then restart the video with me. Otherwise, we're going to go straight down into lying down on our backs. So you wriggle yourself down. Just do a little check of your alignment of your feet before you go down. So nice straight feet in line with, or second toes in line with knees. You want to think of your legs like train tracks. They're dead straight and in line with each other. Feet, knees and hip bones. Down on your back. Once you're down, think about your head, neck and shoulder posture. You might wriggle your feet a bit closer towards your hips depending on where you had them initially. So your chin, pardon me, is up off of your chest. You've got that nice little gap between your chin and your chest. That should take your gaze straight to the ceiling. So in the end, you should be looking straight up towards the ceiling. If you do feel ever like your chin is too tucked in towards your chest, or you're sort of doing this sort of thing, then grab a little towel or a pillow and put it underneath your head. We don't want you to be elevated like this, especially when we do bridging and things like that. We want your head to be in neutral, but if you feel your chin sort of popping to the ceiling, or you're struggling to sort of bring your chin up to neutral, then feel free to use a little pillow or rolled up towel would actually be really good. Okay, so head, neck and shoulder organisation, chins up off the chest, gaze to the ceiling. Hands, I'm going to get you to place them on your rib cage. Middle fingers are touching each other, just touching each other, okay? Just a gentle touch. And your hands are on the bottom of your ribs. Shoulders away from the ears, so you might even do a little scoop of your shoulder blades to pull them away from your ears. And we're going to start with some breath patterns. We're going to breathe in through our nose, and we're going to breathe out through our mouth. Big deep breath in through your nose, and out through your mouth. So keep breathing for me. You should be able to feel your ribs moving underneath your hands. You should breathe in, your ribs expand. You should feel that under your hands. And as a result of your ribs expanding, your middle fingers should come apart just slightly. Big deep breath in through your nose. Let as much air into your lungs as you can. And exhale out. And the next breath pattern, think of breathing into the back of your ribs. Big deep breath in, breathe into the back of your rib cage for me. And then exhale to let all that air out. One more breath pattern like that. Big deep breath in into the back of those ribs. And exhale out. Leave one hand resting on your ribs for me and put your other hand on your belly, on your tummy. We're going to do diaphragmatic breathing next. So you're going to breathe in, you'll feel your belly lifting up underneath your hand. Then you're going to breathe out and you'll feel that belly of yours just gently dropping back down. So as you breathe in, feel your belly lift. Breathe out, feel the belly drop. And as that belly lifts and lowers, we're warming up our abdominal wall. We're massaging our internal organs. We're strengthening our pelvic floor. And we're moving our diaphragm. 2 more breaths. Big deep breath in. Exhale out. One more. Big deep breath in through your nose. And out through your mouth. Bring your arms down and rest them down by your side. Reach your fingers right down towards your toes. Broad shoulders. Imagine your collarbone is a nice broad smile. We're going to start with some arm arcs today. You're going to take a breath in, and as you breathe out, you're going to float both arms straight to the ceiling, nice long arms, and then you're going to bring them back down and rest them down on the mat. So just to the ceiling for the first few. Inhaling first, exhale to float nice long straight arms to the ceiling, and then you're going to bring them back down. One more like this. Inhaling first, exhale to float those arms to the ceiling and bring them down. Right now you have all 12 ribs touching the mat. I want you to maintain that. Take a breath in, breathe out, float both arms to the ceiling. Take those arms back as far as you can without any of those 12 ribs leaving your mat. And then bring your arms all the way down and rest them down by your side. Arms stay long and they stay straight. Inhaling first, exhale, float them to the ceiling, take them further back, maintain those 12 ribs of yours connected to the mat, and then bring them all the way down. So think about your front ribs now. Back ribs are still, front ribs are still. Try not to let them lift. Try not to let them lift towards the ceiling. Keep them funneled down towards your pelvis. Close your front ribs, sometimes we say. So the gap that's between your ribs and your pelvis, you want to maintain that. We don't want that gap to get any bigger. You want to move your arms and keep your spine still. Okay, 2 more. Inhaling first, exhale to float those nice long arms to the ceiling. Take them further back, but maintain your rib to hip connection. And then bring them all the way down. Got 1 to go. Inhale first. The exhale breath helps you maintain your rib to hip connection. Nice long arms. And then bring them all the way down. When your arms come down by your side, you're going to go palms down. Palms down. Stand firmly in your feet. We're going to start with some tilts. You're going to take a breath in. You're going to breathe out to roll your pelvis backwards and let your spine flatten into the mat. And then you're going to roll your pelvis forwards and let your back arch up off the mat. Gentle roll back. Allow the spine to flatten. Gentle roll forwards and let the back arch. As you roll backwards and your spine flattens and opens into the mat, try and keep your knees as still as you can. Roll the pelvis forwards and let the back arch. As you roll backwards, we're looking for a breath out. As you roll forwards, we're looking for a breath in. We're going to do 2 more each way. Gentle roll back, that spine flattens. Roll forwards, the back arches. 1 more each way. Gentle roll back, the spine flattens. Roll forwards, the back arches. And then rest in neutral. Keeping those feet firmly on the floor. Think of even weight distribution from your big toe to your little toe and right through that heel. Arms gently engaged into your mat. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, tip your pelvis backwards, allow your spine to imprint, and then float up into a nice long bridge and open up through your hips. Take a breath in there and then breathe out to come down. Work through each vertebrae one at a time if you can, and roll your pelvis through neutral. Inhale first, gentle tilt back, allow the spine to imprint, send your knees out towards your second toe as you come up into your bridge. Pause there, take a breath in, and then breathe out, peel down through each vertebrae one at a time, and then allow that pelvis to roll through neutral. Those arms of yours are still gently engaged into the mat, nothing's jammed on. And when you come up into your bridge, you feel that beautiful opening through the front of your hips, and then slowly down. Think of sending the knees out towards the second toes as you peel yourself all the way down. We're going to do 2 more. Inhale first, gentle tilt back, spine imprints. Up you go into that bridge for me. Pause there, take a breath in, and then breathe out to come down. Picture in your mind, each rib comes down, each vertebrae in your lower back comes down, and your pelvis rolls through that neutral position. And last one, inhale first, tilt back, go up into your bridge, pause, breath in, down you come, knees are still, try not to sway from side to side, and rest at the bottom. Reach over and grab your band or something that could replicate your band. You're going to tuck one foot up into your band. You're going to hold on to one side of the band in each hand. You're going to put your elbows down on the mat. You're going to stretch your opposite leg out long and straight. You're going to flex the foot of your opposite leg. Circles, big circles. We're going to go across the body. We're going to take the leg down to the bottom of the mat. We're going to go out to the side and up to the top. You're going to inhale as you go across your body. You're going to exhale to go around and up. Nice big circles, but I want you to be able to control the ribs. Keep them on the mat. So as you take your leg across your body, your hip will lift, but you're keeping your ribs on the mat. So you're not going so far that your shoulder and your ribs start to lift. So keep the upper body on the mat. Let the hip lift as you come across, but try not to rock and roll your body around. We're mobilizing your leg. We're stabilizing everything else. That right foot of yours is still flexed and that foot is still. And you're breathing. Remember your breath. Inhale across, exhale around. We're going to do 2 more in this direction. Cross your body, down, around and up. And last one, inhale, exhale. Changing direction. Leg goes out to the side. Pull it down to the bottom of the mat and up to the top. Use your breath. Try for that breath pattern. Inhale and exhale for 1 circle. Opposite leg is nice and still. You can let that swing around and come back up to the top. Keep the shoulders on the mat. Keep the elbows down on the mat. 3 more. Inhale, exhale, around and up. Inhale, exhale, around and up. Last one. When you get to the top, pause. Straighten your leg as much as you can. Gently pull that foot towards your face. Now, if you're feeling it in your calf, I want you to point your toes to the ceiling. If you're feeling it in your knee, I want you to bend your knee. We're trying to get a hamstring stretch. You want to feel it in the back of the thigh. Okay, take both bands into your opposite hand. So my left foot is in the band. I'm going to put both hands in bands into my right hand. And then take your leg across your body. Don't let yourself roll off of the mat. Closer that foot is towards your face, the more intense that stretch will be. Hang there and breathe. Some nice big deep breaths. All right, bring your leg back up towards the ceiling. Tuck both of those bands now into the opposite hand and go into an inner thigh stretch. Try not to let yourself roll off of your mat again. Back it off if you need to back it off. Closer the foot is further towards your, closer the foot is towards your face, the more intense. Okay, bring your leg back up. For a moment, I want you to take your foot out of your band. I want you to stretch your legs out long and straight. I want you to feel the difference. So first of all, think about your leg. How does it feel? It might feel longer. It might actually be longer. The front of your thigh should feel flatter, maybe a little bit more relaxed. And then just take a moment to think about how your lower back feels. So you might feel that more of your lower back is touching the mat as the other side is still quite lifted and compressed through your lumbar spine. Okay, so we've lengthened the leg muscles, we've lengthened through the lower back muscles. We're going to put your other foot into the band now. So make the band as flat as you can. You don't want it to cut off the circulation in your foot. 1 strap is in each hand, opposite leg is out, foot is flexed. Elbows on the floor, going across the body first, down, around and up. Inhale as you go across, exhale around. And let them flow. Again, trying for that full breath pattern of an inhale and exhale for each circle. You can just let them flow. Keep your opposite leg nice and still. If you keep your foot flexed on your opposite leg, it'll help you to stabilize through that leg. Imagine that I've stuck super glue right down the back of it and it is stuck down on the floor. Your upper body is on the floor. Try not to rock and roll around. Keep the rib cage connected to the mat. The circle is smooth and the circle is as round as possible. 1 more in this direction and then we'll reverse. Okay, other way. Out, around and up. Inhale, exhale, let them flow. Nice and relaxed through the head, neck and shoulders, so not to bring any tension up into there. Keep breathing going. Long breaths. Inhale and exhale. Let's do 2 more. And we're going to go straight into a hamstring stretch. Last one. Pause at the top. Okay. Bring the foot towards your face. Again, if you're feeling more calf, I want you to point your toes to the ceiling. If you're feeling it in your knee, bend your knee. Otherwise, nice little hammy stretch for me. Okay, put both bands into your opposite hand. The other hand can go on the floor a bit wider than the mat and let the leg go across the body. So you should feel a lovely stretch down through your hip. Nice big deep breaths, breathing in, breathing out. one more breath there. Then bring your leg back towards the ceiling. Grab hold with your opposite hand. Take your leg out towards the side and into an inner thigh stretch. Nice big deep breaths. Breathing in, breathing out. That's it. One more breath pattern. Float your leg back up towards the ceiling. Untangle your foot out of the band. Hit the band in your hands. Stretch both legs out nice and long. Alright, take the band, let the band rest in between your forefingers and your thumbs. Bend your knees and have your feet hip width distance apart. Bring your arms and your band above your chest. No tension in it, it's just resting in there for the moment. You're going to take a breath in, you're going to breathe out to bring the band down to your thighs and just touch your thighs and then bring the band up towards the ceiling. Inhale first, exhale, band comes down to your thighs, and then bring it back up. One more like that, then we're going to add on. Inhale first, exhale, bring it back up. Okay, we're going to add the head, neck and shoulders. So you're breathing in, you're breathing out to lift your head, neck and shoulders, band comes to touch your thighs, and then bring head, neck and shoulders back down, band comes back up. Inhale first, exhale, band comes down to your thighs, gaze between your legs, and then band comes back up, broad shoulders. Inhale first, exhale, up you come. Band comes back, shoulders nice and relaxed. Going again, breathing out to come up and down. We're going to do one more. Inhale first, exhale, up you come. And then pause at the bottom. Now you can stay at that level or you can float one leg up to 90 degrees and then bring the second leg up to join it. Shins are horizontal to the ceiling. So without lifting your head, if you can look down and you can see your feet, your shins are too high. We want 90-degree angles. Okay, breathe in first, breathe out to lift head, neck and shoulders. That band comes towards your knees, gaze to your thighs, and then bring it all the way back down. Inhale first, exhale, up you come. Broad shoulders, and then bring it all the way down. Going again, inhale first, breathe out to come up, and then lower all the way down. We've got 3 to go. Inhale first, exhale, up you come. We go all the way down, broad shoulders. Inhale first, exhale, up you come. All the way down, one more. Inhale first, exhale, up you come. Head, neck and shoulders come down. Lower one leg down to rest, lower your other leg down to rest. Bring the band back down by your thighs and rest for a second. We're going to add on again in a second. Okay, so first of all, the band comes directly above your shoulders. Float one leg to 90 degrees and hold it there. Take a breath in, bring the second leg to join it. Inhale first, exhale to lift your head, neck and shoulders up. Stretch one leg out to a 45-degree angle. Bring the band to your shin. Bring your head back down, bring the leg back to tabletop. Inhale first, exhale, up you come. Leg stretches out, band touches your shin, gaze down between your thighs, and then come all the way back down. Going again. Inhale first, stretch the leg out long. Band comes and touches your shin, come all the way back down, nice and controlled. Broad shoulders, inhale first, exhale, up you come. And then all the way down, 2 to go, one more on each side. Breathe in first, breathe out to come up, down. And last one, inhale first, exhale, stretch that leg out, broad shoulders, come all the way down, pause there, lower one leg down to rest, lower your other leg down to rest, drop your band out to the side, stretch your legs out long, take your arms over the top of your head, open through your fingers, point your toes away from you, get that lovely stretch through your front of your hip, and breathe here for a couple of moments. And you're going to float your arms to the ceiling, you're going to bring them all the way down, and you're going to rest them down by your side. Again, have your band within arm's reach. Roll onto your side and bring your band with you. You're going to wrap it around your legs. So probably the easiest thing to do is fold it in half and then send the 2 tails of the band underneath your legs and then sort of slide those tails through that loop. So instead of tying it, you've sort of made a slip knot, I guess. Come down on your side, rest your head in on your arm, knees are bent, feet are tucked behind you. So you've got hold of your bands. So you can add more tension by pulling those bands, or decrease the tension by backing it off. Chin's up off of your chest, so you're looking across your room. Feet are touching each other. Little clams under resistance. So you're going to lift the top knee up off of the bottom knee, and then you're going to lower it down. So you're opening and closing that hip joint. Lift and lower. You can add more tension, or you can back it off if you like. It's entirely up to you. So you're going to open and you're going to close. You're going to breathe. Inhale as you open, exhale as you close. Hips stay nice and still. Open and close. You've got 4 to go. Open, close, open, close. You've got 2 left. Open, close, and 1 more. Open, close. All right. Keep your knees touching. Lift your foot up and lower your foot down. Lift your foot up, open and bring your foot down. Lift up and down. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Okay, 4 to go. Lift the foot up, lower the foot down. Lift and lower. Let's do 2 more. Lift and lower, and 1 more. Lift and lower. Okay, just let go of your band or your tights or whatever you've got, and just untangle your legs. You can just leave it underneath you if you like, or pull it out if that's easy for you. Okay, stretch both legs out long and straight for me, and bring your feet just slightly in front. Your hand is going to come down on the floor in front of you if it's not already there. We're going to do some hip openers. If you can turn your leg so your knee rotates to the ceiling, you're going to take your toe from your ankle to your knee. You're going to kick your leg up nice and high, and you're going to flex your foot as you bring it down. So you go ankle to knee, kick up high, flex the foot to bring it down. So we're opening and closing that hip joint. Ankle to knee, kick up, flex the foot as you bring it down. Let them flow. Ankle to knee, kick up, flex as you come down. Breathing. Ankle to knee, kick up and down. Nice long breaths. Ankle to knee, kick up and lower them down. 3 to go. Ankle to knee, kick up and down. 2 to go. Ankle to knee, kick up and down. Last one. Ankle to knee, kick up and lower the leg down. Alright, grab your band, bring it with you, roll yourself onto your other side. So again, entirely up to you. You could tie your band, you could tie your tights, you could tie whatever it is you're using. Otherwise you fold it in half. You're going to take the tails, the 2 tails, tuck it through underneath your legs, slide that through so you've got, you're able to hold on to them, wriggle onto your side, cradle your head in on your arm, have your knees bent for me. You can choose the amount of tension you're adding to that band. Feet stay touching to begin with. Lift the top knee up and then lower it down. Open and close. If you hate the band, you can do this without it. It's not compulsory. Open and close. Breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Working with the range that's comfortable for you. Open and close. Nice and controlled. Open and close. 4 to go. Open, close. Torso still, chins up off of your chest so your head is in line with your spine. 2 to go. Open and close. Last one. Open and close. Okay, knees stay touching. Lift the foot up. Bring the foot down. Lift the foot up. Bring the foot down. Lift and lower. You feel your butt working. Lift and lower. Nice breaths. Lift and lower. 4 to go. Again, breath will always help you to move. So try not to hold your breath. 2 to go. Lift and lower. Last one. Lift and lower. Well done. Untangle yourself out of your band. Just drop it out of the way, somewhere it's not too far away. Stretch your legs out long and straight. Flex, so feet slightly forwards, Hand comes down on the front in the mat in front of you, so you've got some stability through that hand, not your whole body weight, but a bit of stability. And turn the top leg so the knee rotates to the ceiling. Take the toes from the ankle to the knee, kick the leg up and flex the foot to bring it down. Ankle to knee, kick the leg high, flex the foot to bring it down. Breathing. Ankle to knee, kick up and down. Nice long breaths. Ankle to knee, kick up and down. So you're opening the hip joint. Nice deep breaths. You want to kick high, you want to flex the foot as you bring that leg down. Nice and controlled. Ankle to knee, kick up and down. 2 more. Ankle to knee, kick up and down. Last one. Ankle to knee, kick up and down. Let the legs rest. Okay, we're going to go straight onto our stomachs. We're going to bring our hands directly underneath our forehead to begin with today. So one hand is resting on top of the other. You're going to rest your head down on your hands. Now your head could be forehead resting on your hands. If it's more comfortable for you, you could turn your head to the side. I'm going to go forehead on my hands. Shoulders are away from your ears, so make sure your shoulders are back and down. Stomach muscles are just gently engaged, so you feel like your belly button is trying to lift up off of the mat. We're going to go into some heel beats. With your heel beats, long legs tapping your heels together. Okay. So, breathe in, breathe out to lift both legs up for me. And then start to tap your heels together. Tap, 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 tap. And keep going. Toes might be slightly pointed out. Body's as still as you can. And your heel beats are nice and strong. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. And lower both legs down. So again, you feel those stomach muscles gently lifted up off of the mat. Your stomach muscles are gently switched on. Nothing's jammed on. You're going to take a breath in, you're going to breathe out to lift both legs up, you're going to turn those heels slightly in, and then you're going to start to tap, 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 tap. Nice and controlled, body's stable, breathing, nice, big, deep breaths. Your heel beats are nice and strong. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause, and lower them all the way down. You're going to bring your arms out in front of you, and you're going to stretch them out nice and long. If that's uncomfortable for you, you could have them a little bit wider. We're going to go into swimming and pre-swimming. Head is resting down on your mat. Shoulders are still away from your ears. Core still engaged. Starting with your arms, we're going to do one arm at a time. Float one arm up off of the mat for me, and then lower it down. Body doesn't move. Float the other arm up off the mat, and lower it down. Exhaling as you lift your arm up for me, and lower it down. Try not to let your body rock from side to side. One more on each side. Last one here. Hands stay on the floor. Lift one leg up for me. Make it long. And then lower it down. Lift your opposite leg up. And lower it down. Alternate sides. Hip bones stay touching the mat. So you're not lifting your legs so high that you feel your pelvis lift up off of the mat. Focus on length for me as opposed to height. Nice big deep breaths. Okay, one more on each side. Lift the leg up, make it long, stretch it out and lower it down. Last one. Okay, opposite arm and leg. Take a breath in, breathe out to lift opposite arm and leg up at the same time, lower them down, changing sides. Exhale to lift and lower. Again, body stays still. Think of length through the limbs, but careful that your shoulders don't pull up by your ears. Okay, one more on each side. Opposite arm and leg lift and lower. Last one. Okay, we're going to do 2 where we lift both arms and legs up at the same time, and then we're going to go into swimming. If having your arms above your head does bother you, you can put your hands underneath your forehead and just focus on the leg work here. It's entirely up to you. Okay, but if you can have your arms above your head, please do so. Don't avoid it unless you have to. Okay, inhale first. Exhale, legs lift, arm lifts, head lifts, and then lower yourself all the way down. Long bodies, not too high. Inhale first, exhale, up you come. Lower down. Okay, we're going to move into swimming. Breathe in, breathe out to come up, and then swim. So you're kicking your arms and legs like you are swimming in a pool. You're trying to keep your body nice and still. Pause and lower all the way down. One more set like that. Inhale first. Exhale, up you come and swim. Lengthen through those arms, lengthen through those legs, stabilize through that torso. Pause and lower down. Let's go into a little child's pose stretch. So you're going to take your hips back towards your heels, a little bit of a gap between your knees, arms out in front if you can. If it does bother you, feel free to put them down by your side. Sink your hips back towards your heels and just take a few nice big deep breaths here. Think of breathing into the back of your ribs. 2 more breaths. Big deep breath into the back of the ribs. Exhale out. 1 more big deep breath into the back of those ribs. Exhale out. You're going to come back down on your front for me, and this time you're going to prop yourself up on your elbows. So come down, propped up, one hand resting on top of the other, elbows bent, gaze out in the front of your hands, so maybe about another hand width and a half in front, little lift at the hips. So you haven't sunk yourself down, relaxed too much like you're watching telly, little lift of the abdominals. That may or may not lift your pelvis up off of the mat, but switch your tummy muscles on. Okay, gaze out in front. Bend your knee, flex your foot, bring your foot to your bottom, pulse it twice, lengthen the leg out long and lower it down. Change sides. Foot to bottom, pulse twice, lengthen long and lower. Exhale as you pulse. Out and down. Exhale to pulse. Out and down. So you can alternate sides, pulsing for 2, lengthening long, lower. Keep the gaze out in front of you. Keep your body as still as you can. Let your breath help you to do the work. Breathing out to pulse. Inhale to lengthen and lower down. Try not to let that body bounce around too much. Okay, 2 more on each side. Flex, exhale, pulse. Flex, exhale. 1 more on each side. Pulse for 2. Out and down. Last one. Okay, reach back. Grab hold of your foot with your hand if you can. If you can, swivel your forearm down. Rest your head on your hand and pull your foot to your butt. Little lift up off of the knee off the mat if you're able to. If this bothers your knee, I want you to just let go and just rest. Try to get a stretch through the front of your quad, your hip flexors. Then gently let go of that leg. If you can reach your other leg from here, feel free to do so. Otherwise, prop up on your elbows, reach back, grab the opposite foot, come down on your stomach, head resting on your hand. Gently pull that foot towards your hip. Little lift up of the knee of the mat if you can. Again, if it's painful on this knee, just let go. Couple of breaths here. And then gently let go of the leg and lower it down. Come up onto all fours. We're going to do some cat and cow stretches. So you're on your hands and knees. Make sure you got a little gap between your knees for a decent base of support. Hands are underneath your shoulders. Weight bearing through your little fingers so you can physically lift your thumbs up off of your mat. Then let your head drop down between your arms and arch your back right up towards the ceiling. Allow your stomach to come down towards the mat and take your gaze across the room for me. Okay, head drops down between your arms, arch your back right up towards the ceiling and open up through your spine. And then allow your tummy to come down and your gaze comes across your room. So you're moving like a cat does. Let your spine roll. Head drops between your arms. Roll your spine and allow your back to arch up towards the ceiling. Last one, tummy comes down, gaze goes across that room. And then rest in neutral. Head's in line with your spine, so you should be looking about a hand pace and a half down your mat. Broad across your shoulders, but not too arched, okay, nice and flat. Gap still between those knees, body staying still. We're going to go straight into opposite arm and leg for quadruped today. So, breathe in, breathe out, slide your opposite arm and leg out along the mat. Lift them up, keep the hips and the shoulders and the back still. Bring the foot and the hand back to the mat and glide it underneath. Change sides. Inhale first, opposite arm and leg glide out. Lift them up for me. Bring them back to the mat and glide them underneath. Breathing. Inhale, exhale, opposite arm and leg. Lift down. Back to the first side. Opposite arm and leg. Lift. And bring them back down. And do one more on each side. Glide them out. Lift them up just to the point that you can maintain the stability in your hips. And then bring them down. And last one. Glide them out. Lift them up. And then bring them down. Wriggle yourself a bit further towards the end of your mat and keep in your quadruped position. Maintain the weight bearing through your little fingers so you can lift those thumbs. Gaze out in front of you. Take one set of toes back and tuck them under. Take the second set of toes back and tuck them under. Make sure your hips and your back is on a nice straight line. Hold here for breathe. You're going to breathe in. You're going to breathe out. 2 more breaths. Big deep breath in and out. 1 more big deep breath in. Exhale out. Drop to your knees. Send your hips back to your heels. Flip your feet so your feet are flat to the mat and your toes are untucked. And rest for a microsecond or 2. 1 more breath. And then you're going to carefully bring yourself up. You're going to bring yourself into a Z sit for Mermaid. So let's tuck. So the cueing sounds so meaningful. I'll get you to tuck your right leg in front and your left leg behind. Okay, just makes sense with the cues. If sitting like this is uncomfortable, your hip is too tight, then you could slide a pillow underneath the hip that sort of feels like it's really lifted, or to get your pelvis on the horizontal line. Okay, you could stretch one leg out long and straight, or you could actually stretch both legs out long and straight. We don't want to feel like it's pinching in your hip. Okay, so sit in Mermaid or however is comfortable. Sit up tall and think of creating space between your ribs and your pelvis. So we've opened up through here, but we haven't lifted our shoulders. Our shoulders are still away from our ears. So you've gone from sort of this to sitting up tall and keeping your shoulders down. Stretch both arms out on the horizontal. Your right hand has your palm down, your left hand has your palm up. Look out across the room and find a spot to focus your eyes on and keep looking at that spot. We're going towards the right side first. You're going to take a breath in, you're going to breathe out to let your right hand come down to the mat. You're going to bend your right elbow slightly, your left arm is coming across the top of your head and you're still looking at your spot on the wall that you were focused on. You're going to come back through the center, shoulders nice and relaxed away from your ears. You're going to flip your left palm down and your right palm up and you're going to change sides. So you're not going to get as far this way. Inhale, exhale, over you go. Flip those palms, left palm up, right palm down. Right palm finds the mat, right elbow softens. Reach your left arm right across the top of your head. And then come back through the center. Stretch the arms out long, flip the palms, keep looking at your spot, and over you go. 2 more each way. Inhale, exhale, over you go. Right palm down, left palm up. Soften the right elbow, reach right down through that side for me. Come back through the center and over to the other side. Okay, 1 more each way. Inhale, exhale, over you go. Hand comes down, palm down, elbow softened. Reach the left arm right across the top of your head. You're still looking at that spot on your wall. You've got 1 more to the other side. Over you go. When you get back to the middle, pause, lower your arms down. We're going to now change your legs in the opposite direction, so your left leg will come in front. So tuck your left leg in front, tuck your right leg behind. Again, if this feels tight or pinches, you can stretch one leg out long. You could slide a pillow or rolled up towel underneath your hip. Sit up tall, lift your ribs up off of your hips. Make sure your shoulders stay nice and relaxed. Float your arms out towards the side. To begin with, left palm is down, right palm is up. Find that spot on the wall again. Take a breath in, breathe out to bring your left hand down to the mat. Soften the left elbow and reach the arm right across the top of your head. Then come back through the center. As you come through the center, switch the palms over. Right palm down, left palm up, and reach and reach and reach. Inhale, exhale. As you go through the center, change the palms. Over you go. Hip stays firm on the floor, so don't go too far that you feel your hip lifting. Use your breath to help. Inhaling as you're coming through the center and exhaling as you're going over. You should do a lovely stretch all the way down through your side. We're trying to open up those obliques. We're getting some lateral flexion. The body moves in 3 panes. The first pane is forwards and backwards. The second pane is sideways. That's the movement we're doing now. And the third pane is a rotation through all of those 3 panes. Something like playing a game of cricket takes you through those 3 rotations. Last one to the other side. Something like getting the washing out of the washing machine can take you through those 3 panes as well. And rest. So we're forwards and backwards, sideways, and a rotation. That's the 3 panes the body moves in. Untangle your legs, stretch your legs out long and straight, and grab your band or whatever you had to replicate your band. So you've got some choices. We're going to do twist. If you've got a band, you're going to stretch it out long across your shoulders. If it bothers your shoulders, you're not going to do that. You're going to get rid of your band. You're going to place your hands across your chest. It's entirely up to you. I'm going to use the band. So if you're coming with me to use the band, stretch your arms out long. If you've got your hands across your chest, that's perfectly fine. Legs long and straight, flex your feet. Knees could be bent if that's better for you. Let's go to the left first. Take a breath in. Breathe out to twist your torso around towards the left. Keep your feet still. Come back through the center. Twist your torso around to the right. Keep your feet still. Inhale as you're coming through the middle. Exhaling as you're twisting. Inhale to come through the center. Exhale to twist. So we're trying not to let our feet move. If you're feeling a little bit of sort of clutch and accelerator motion happening, I want you to push down on the foot that you're twisting towards. Shoulders stay nice and relaxed and they are well away from your ears. Your breath is assisting you to do the movement. Exhaling as you twist and inhaling as you come through the center. If your band is bothering you, feel free to let go of it. Just be careful. One more in each direction. Inhale, exhale to twist. Last one to the other side. When you get into the middle, pause, lower your arms down, untangle yourself out of your band, give your shoulders a bit of a roll them in one direction, and then roll them in the other. Wriggle your feet forwards towards the end of your mat if you're not already there. Take your band and tuck it around your feet. Alright, try and make it flat. Not too much tension in the band. We're going to start with some half roll downs. We're going to use the band for them. You can let go of the band or you can do it without the band if you prefer. Sit up tall. Bring your chin to your chest initially. Level tip of the pelvis backwards. And then slowly roll down. You're just going to go part way. You're going to pause. You're going to breathe in. And you're going to breathe out to come back up. So inhale first. Tuck of the chin to the chest. Look to those thighs. Scoop of the belly. Breathe out to roll down. Pause here. Take a breath in. Breathe out to come back up. That little pause is important. Inhale first. Tuck of the chin to the chest. Shoulders nice and relaxed. Roll yourself down part way. Pause there and inhale. And then exhale to come back up. Okay, 2 to go. Inhale first. Tuck of the chin to the chest. Scoop the belly. Breathe out as you go down. Pause there and inhale. And then exhale to come back up. Last one. Inhale first. Tuck of the chin to the chest. Breathe out to go down. Pause there. And then come all the way back up. Now you've got some choices. You can stick with that or you can come all the way down onto the mat with me. Take a little bit of tension off if you like. You can add more to come up if you want. Sit up tall. You can get rid of the band as well if you want. Tuck of the chin to the chest. Roll all the way down onto your mat for me, bit by bit with your spine. Shoulders nice and relaxed. Pause at the bottom. Might want to add a little bit more tension on your band here. Flex your feet for me. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, chin comes to chest. Roll yourself up. Sit up nice and tall. Okay, inhale first. Tuck of the chin to the chest. Scoop the belly. Look down towards your pelvis. Take your spine down bit by bit. One vertebra at a time. Head coming right down on the mat. Shoulders are relaxed. Inhale at the bottom. Chin to chest. Breathe out to come back up. Come and sit up nice and tall. 2 to go. Rest if you want to rest. Chin to chest, down you go. Long breath all the way out. Bit by bit, we come down onto the mat. Pause at the bottom. Inhale, chin to chest, breathe out. And lucky last. Inhale first, chin to chest, down you go. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Pause at the bottom. Breathe in, chin to chest. Exhale, up to the top, and rest. Untangle yourself out of your band and just put it on the floor next to you. Wriggle your feet right down to the end of your mat if you're not already there. And in actual fact, take your feet off of the edge of the mat. We're going to roll down. We're going to roll down fully just once. Arms are out on the horizontal. Shoulders are nice and relaxed and away from your ears. Take a breath in. Tuck your chin to your chest. Little scoop of the belly. Breathe out to roll yourself all the way down. As you go down, you're going to take your arms over the top of your head. You're going to circle your arms all the way around. You're going to bring them down by your side. You're going to bend your knees and have your feet hip width distance apart. You're going to check your head, neck and shoulder alignment. Chin up off of your chest, gaze to the ceiling. Arms are on a 45-degree angle out from your hips. Arms are gently pushed into the floor. I want you to use them. It's going to help you switch on your back muscles. Nothing's jammed in, gently pushed into the floor. Stomach muscles are switched on. We're going into side to side. If you prefer, you could do this with your feet on the mat. Otherwise, you're going to come with me. Float one leg to 90 degrees and hold it there. Take a breath in, bring the second leg to join it. Glue your knees and feet together. Shins are horizontal to the ceiling. You've got two right angles. The first right angle is your shins and your thigh. The second right angle is your thigh and your torso. Right now there's a little arch underneath your back. You want to maintain that arch. We don't want to imprint. Okay? Arms engaged into the floor. Moving to the left first. Take a breath in and breathe out to let your knees and feet go to the left. Your right hip is going to lift up onto the mat. Your right shoulder stays on the mat. And slowly pull yourself through the center. Keep your right angles. Go towards the right. Left hip lifts. Left shoulder stays down. So that's going to dictate how far you go. Breathing. Exhale. So as you roll through the middle, you should still have that little arch underneath your back. Shoulders are nice and relaxed. They're away from your ears. Arms gently engaged into the floor. Nice long breaths. Breathing out as you go over. Come through the center. And exhale to the other side. Now, it's easy to roll through these quickly. It's much harder to control it. Naturally, we want you to control it. If you're controlling it, your obliques are working, your stomach muscles should be working. If you're feeling a bit too much hip flexor, make sure your stomach muscles are switched on still. We're going to do one more on each side. Over to the left. Keep your arms engaged, it's going to help you. We've got one more to the right, over you go. You're going to come back into the middle once you've done the right. Once you're in the middle, you're going to pause. You're going to lower one leg down. You're going to lower the other leg down. You're going to glue your knees and feet together. You're going to drop your knees to the left-hand side of your mat. You're going to let them go right over and you're going to look over your right shoulder. You're going to let yourself hang here and you're going to stretch yourself out. Nice big deep breaths. You're going to squeeze your knees together. Your stomach muscles are switched on. It's your tummy muscles that are pulling your legs through the center. You're going to drop your legs over to the right-hand side. You're going to take your gaze over your left shoulder. You're going to hang there and you're going to breathe. Nice big deep breaths. Breathing into the back of those ribs. We're going to do one more each way. Squeeze your knees through the middle of your mat. Take them over to the left-hand side. Take your gaze over your right shoulder for me. And again, hang there and breathe. Nice big deep breaths. Okay, one more. Squeeze your knees through the center. Take them right over to the other side. Gaze goes up with that opposite shoulder. Rotate into that stretch. And breathe. Okay, pull your legs through the center and pause. Stretch your left leg out long and straight. Bring your right leg up to tabletop. Tuck your left hand on the outside of your right knee. Pull that knee across your body. Your right arm is still out on the floor. You've got some stability through that right arm and you're gently pushing your left hand onto your left knee to stretch your hip out. One more breath here. Allow that leg to come through the center. Stretch your right leg out long and straight. Bring your left leg up to tabletop. Right hand on the outside of the knee and over you go. Left arm stays down on the floor. Gently engage your right hand into your knee. You should feel a lovely stretch through your hip. Try not to let your shoulders leave the mat. And breathe. Alright, come back into the center. Keep your left leg in tabletop. Slide your right leg to join it. We're going to do one assisted roll up. If you prefer to come up in a different manner, feel free to do so. Otherwise, shins to the horizontal to the ceiling, arms are out long and straight, shoulders are relaxed. Using your breath, you're going to breathe in. As you exhale, you're going to bring your chin to your chest, you're going to push your feet away from you, and you're going to roll yourself up, and you're just going to come to sitting, and you're going to sit for a minute. Been lying down for a fair bit. We're just going to make sure you're not feeling dizzy or lightheaded. If you're feeling dizzy or lightheaded, stay right where you are. If you're feeling okay, come with me and come up to standing. Okay, so you're going to stand for me with your feet hip width distance apart. I'm just going to get my band out of the way. So a little reminder to help you get to hip width distance apart, because often we see people do that, is if you bring your feet completely together, feet are touching, keep your heels where they are. So imagine my hands are your feet. Keep your heels where they are and take your toes apart into a V. Okay? Then lift your heels up and swing your heels out in line with your toes. That is hip width distance apart for you. Okay, we're going to do some balance work. One of the keys to help this is to look out across your room and look at the spot and keep looking at that same spot. Something that's not moving, something that's fixed. So if you're looking through a window, I want you to fix your eyes on something that's not moving. So don't look at a tree that's moving, look at something that's fixed. I want you to imagine that your feet are like tripods. Tripod with 3 points that's going to help you to balance. Those 3 points are your big toe, your little toe, and your heel. So that's your tripod that's going to assist you to balance. Try not to let your pelvis swing. So you're going to try and keep it on the horizontal. Sometimes we use a diamond to assist that. We're not going to use a diamond today, but try to keep your pelvis on the horizontal. So focus your eyes on a spot. Transfer your weight into one leg and lift your opposite leg up off of the ground up to a 90 degrees. And then lower that leg down. Transfer your weight into your second leg and lift your leg up off of the ground. And then lower it down. Breathing. Inhale first. Exhale, transfer the weight into your leg. Lift your opposite leg up off of the ground. And then lower it down. One more on the other side, then we're going to add on. Transfer the weight into your 3 points of your tripod. Lift your leg up for me. And then lower it down. Okay, we're going to add on. Transfer the weight into your leg, lift your leg up and hold it there. Tuck your hands underneath your knee. You can interlace your fingers and stretch your leg out long and straight. Bend your leg back in and lower it to the ground. Transfer your weight into your opposite leg. Bring your leg up. Interlace your hands underneath your knee. Stretch your leg out long and straight. Bend it back in and lower it down. We're going to try and hold that for 2 breaths. So you've got your eyes on your spot that's not moving. Transfer your weight into that leg. Lift your opposite leg up. Interlace your hands underneath your leg. Stretch your leg out long and straight and stay here with me and breathe. You've got 2 breaths. Breathing in and out. One more. Bend your knee in. Lower that foot to the ground. Changing sides. Transfer the weight. Lift the leg. Interlace your hands. Stretch your leg out long. Stay there and breathe. Nice big deep breaths. Bend your leg in and lower it down. We're going to go straight to 4 breaths now. So transfer the weight. Lift your leg up. Tuck your hand in underneath your knee. Stretch your leg out long and breathe. Nice big deep breaths. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. One more breath. Bend your knee in and lower it to the ground. You've got one more to the other side. Transfer the weight. Lift your leg up. Interlace your hands. Stretch your leg out long. Focus on your spot. Think about your tripod. Engagement of your glutes will help. We'll try to let the body work that out for itself. Bend your knee in and lower it to the ground. Keep your eyes on your spot. Lift your heels up off of the ground and come up onto your tippy toes. And then slowly lower your heels back to the ground. Okay. Lift your heels up off of the ground and slowly lower them down. Okay, you've got 2 to go. If you're struggling to slowly lower your heels, your calves are a little tight, you might want to stretch them out. Slowly lower. You might feel that one is just trying to get there quicker than the other. That calf might be a little tight. Up onto your tippy toes. See how slow you can lower them. Go slow, go slow, go slow. Ooh, go slow. And down. We're going to take that into a little stretch. So you're going to come back up onto your tippy toes. You're going to take your arms out towards the side. You're going to bring your arms right up towards the ceiling. Reach and reach and reach and reach. Lengthen your arms out to the side. Open the palms. Stretch through your fingers. Keep those heels slowly lowering down. Okay, let's go again. Inhale first. Exhale. Arms come out to the side. They come up towards the ceiling. You're opening through the palm of your hands. You're reaching as high as you possibly can. And then you're slowly returning your heels to the floor. Your arms are coming out towards the side. You've got 1 to go. Inhale first. Exhale. Reach, 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 reach. And slowly down. And then once you're down, you're going to roll your shoulders. You're going to roll them a couple of times in each direction. Let those shoulder blades move. Okay, change direction, roll the other way. Good. Relax your arms, relax your shoulders away from your ears. Your job is to keep your shoulders away from the ears for the rest of your day. Enjoy that class, team. As always, if you have any queries or concerns, you know where to find me. Best to drop me an email. I'm pretty hard to get on the phone. Enjoy, and I'll see you all soon. Bye now.